Hi there. So I get nervous. All right. The last time I was here, I spoke about crush, which was me and my 38-year-old self having my first crush ever. A straight woman on my straight best friend. So this is the rest of the story because several people asked, are you still with her? And the answer is no. And here's what happened. So after the initial invitation from her to change the nature of our relationship, I fell stupid, batshit crazy in love with this person who was my best friend and also the person that I felt like I wanted to be with forever and ever. And over the next year, we went through 10 cycles of, well, this is what she said to me: I love you. I need you. I always want to be with you. I never want you not to be in my life. I love you the way Edward loves Bella. These things that she said to me, and I believed them. And then after that, we would have a conversation where I would pour her a glass of Pinot Grigio and she would make me a gin and tonic. Now I have to tell you about gin and tonic because it's my drink. I love Gilby's, I love Gordon's, but when Jesus is smiling, it's Bombay. Sapphire in a chilled glass with that much gin, some crushed ice, tonic from a glass bottle because it's fizzier, a splash of roses, lime juice, followed off with a squeeze of lime. You cut it ugly so it gets a lot of juice and you pinch it really hard with your fingers so your fingers smell really great. That's a gin and tonic, in case you didn't know. So she'd pour me a gin and tonic and then it would go like this: I love you, but I could never live out loud with you. I could never wave a flag for you. If only people knew how happy we were, they'd leave us alone. And I heard that 1, 2, 3, 10 times. And time number 11, I heard it coming around and I was like, because every time was a gut punch, every time was a cut to my heart, every time it felt like I might die emotionally inside and just shrivel up into nothing. And I backed up, and she let me. So I left town, and I took her secret with me. And she took my reputation as a loving, kind, rational, sane human being, and she leveled it with everyone that I knew. In typical homophobic fashion, I was a creep. I was obsessive. I was a stalker. My favorite was single white female. I loved that one. That one really caught hard. But I left, and I left it all behind, and I walked away from it, and I closed my mouth, and I closed my eyes, and I started my life over again. And I found somebody wonderful. I found somebody gentle and kind, who wasn't ashamed to walk with me, holding my hand down the street, who loved me unconditionally. 2 years passed. Oh, shit. 2 years passed. And suddenly on Facebook, a mutual friend of this person's started posting, we're having a weekend together away from the guys. We're gonna spend the weekend together, and we're gonna have a romantic evening on the couch, and we're having a candlelight dinner, and oh, there's a picture of a hand, a left hand, gently curved around a blue bottle, Bombay Sapphire, the sparkling evidence of her heterosexuality on her left finger. And then, we're gonna get married because it's Vermont and it's legal, and this was at a time when, in Maine, gay marriage wasn't legal, and there were people fighting, people in heartbreak, people crying because they could not be with the one that they loved in the way that everyone else could. And at that moment, I thought, it's time to act, it's time to say something. So I congratulated her for coming out of the closet. And immediately I was vilified. I was the evil villain. There were posts on Facebook about how bad I was, that I was jealous, I was that bad person, I was that stalker, that obsessive person. And I was okay with that because that needed to stop. You can't make fun of a lifestyle. You can't make fun of someone's life. It's not a lifestyle, it's their life. People who have had heartache their whole lives because they can't be with the one that they love in the way that everyone else can. So I stopped it. Everything went off Facebook. It was delete, 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 even though I was the bad guy. Oh, shoot. And so I got an email from this person, and it said, Uncle. And I thought, I have too much pride to read this email. This person has nothing to say that I want to hear. Nothing that comes out of her mouth is good, because she thought it was funny to make fun of me, the woman I love, my friends, people who have suffered, who have had heartbreak because they can't love the one that they love. Thank you.